Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CartoonTaj, and oh man, we got another banger for you guys and gals today. Make sure to hit subscribe to that like button for more. And yeah, man, we getting ready for the NFL season, man. The season starts tomorrow, and you know what we always do? We do reactions on this channel, obviously. And we're going to react to NFL stories, man. Yeah, we're gonna help the brother out, man. 46 subscribers, man. You know, we gonna help the channel out, help the channel grow. I'm gonna have the link to this video down below, and also help my channel grow. I'm a small YouTuber as well, you know. And the title of the story of this video is the 7 levels of NFL quarterback. So we're gonna see who's trash and who the greatest of all time, or in between, or all those good things. Let's go.
Of these 7 levels. No matter how long you've been watching football, they've fallen somewhere on this spectrum since the beginning of time. And there's only a few people who have ever even come close to level 7. But obviously we're not going to start there. Level 1 is garbage, the bottom of the barrel. Their accuracy is non-existent, their decision making is stupid, just no redeemable qualities whatsoever. Back in the day, there's this quarterback named Nathan Peterman, and teams kept giving him chances despite him being absolutely terrible. What he was known best for was ruining games immediately with his awful quarterbacking. 5 interceptions in 1 half against the Chargers. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 30 minutes of football.
That 5 interceptions in the first half in the NFL is atrocious. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You in the NFL, you got drafted somehow to play quarterback in the NFL, the highest level, and 5 picks in the first half. Listen, quarterbacks have their bad days. You have your ups and downs. The defense, you might play against a great defense that got the better of you. Receivers might slip and miss and drop the ball, or the ball bounce out their hands for a pick. Something weird happens like that. Yeah, sure, but come on, bro. That is straight trash, man.
Then you have Will Levis with the Titans just this past year. Every single week was just a new meme. Titans fans had given up on the season by week 5, and now they have the #1 overall pick. Don't even get me started on Jamarcus Russell. The Raiders gave this dude $61 million to sign immediately, and he was god awful. He would show up to practice overweight. He couldn't read a defense. He had 0 work ethic. He would rather drink lean than actually play football. It was actually really, really funny. I mean, this dude was supposed to be the savior of the franchise, and they picked him over Calvin Johnson.
But at the time, Jamarcus Russell, talent-wise, one of the greatest arms to ever come in the league. He had a really strong arm. His work ethic really destroyed and derailed his whole NFL career. I mean, he was just, when he was at LSU, he was just so talently gifted as a passer, man. He physically gifted. He really didn't care. He was like, hey man, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do what I do, man. Do my lean, get with these hoes, and go ahead and try to be a great quarterback without even knowing the nuances of being a great quarterback. So yeah, I would say, man, yeah, man, he was totally a bust, man. And that's on his own merit, not because of his talent.
You only watch level 1 QB play for one of 2 reasons. You watch it as a comedy, or you watch it just because you're a fan of the team. But no one actually takes this level seriously. Unlike level 1, in level 2, you can actually win games with your backup. Now and then, if the stars align, you may even get the occasional decent performance. Level 2 includes former stars or starters who have fallen off from grace, like Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Mitch Trubisky. But I mean, is there really even a better job than being a backup in the NFL? This might be the best job in America. I mean, these guys are making $7 to $12 million a year to maybe play 1 or 2 games. Like Mitch Trubisky is up in Buffalo now, and he's backing up Josh Allen. He's never going to play. Their lack of elite skill really means that they often end up as career backups, but they're smart enough to stick around. People like them, which is actually surprising because nobody seems to like Russell Wilson. But you can put these guys into situations and not immediately lose the game. But let's be real, you're not winning a Super Bowl with level 2 quarterback starting. They're just good enough to keep you from being a complete embarrassment.
Yeah, I do agree with that, man. You look at Jameis Winston, man. I think Jameis Winston is a good quarterback. And I would probably put him, I don't know how this guy rate his levels and tiers of quarterbacks, but I think I think he's higher than level 2. You know, I think Russell Wilson higher than level 2. I mean, I don't know how he ranked. I see his method, I see his logic in ranking, but I would probably have him higher than level 2. But you know, like he was right. You know, you can win games with him. You can't win a Super Bowl anymore with him. You did with Russell Wilson before in his prime, but you know, he passed his prime. James Winston, great talent though, great arm, can win games, but you know, he'll fuck up sometimes. So yeah, I totally understand.
On national television. All right, level 3 starters. Like Tua, like Kyler Murray, like Joe Flacco back in his prime. Not great, not terrible. They're fine. They're starters. Level 3 quarterbacks are best suited for getting you to around like 9 wins and fighting for a wild card spot. Any sort of team where you're not losing games is the primary objective. Unlike level 2, starting quarterbacks might actually have more than one read in their progression, some decent arm talent, they can manage a game without completely falling apart. You might even get some solid stats, 3,500 yards, maybe 25 touchdowns, only 12 interceptions. And I know people are going to be mad at me about Kyler Murray putting him in this category, but I mean, what else is he at now? I mean, we're in like year 7 and the man's got 1 playoff appearance. I mean, they're fine. Same with Tua.
Yeah, you know what? You know, I agree, man. Tua, Kyler Murray, you know, they are what they are at this point. They're decent starters. They're good quarterbacks, but can you get over the hump with them? Maybe not, man. You'll win some games, make the playoffs. I see where you going with that.
Tua, they made the playoffs a couple times, but they aren't going to win any games in December. Then you have Joe Flacco, though. He's like the perfect example of this level. Most of his career, he was just there, you know, solid, reliable. I mean, the only reason that anybody would even think that they were Super Bowl contenders was because they had the best safety of all time in Ed Reed and the best linebacker of all time in Ray Lewis. Nobody was scared of Joe Flacco until 2012. But that's what makes these starters actually legendary, because they can go on a playoff run. They can just get hot, and all of a sudden, you're catapulted into the Super Bowl. Level 3 quarterbacks will get you to the playoffs every few years, keep your fan base just enough hope to buy season tickets, but don't expect anything too crazy. They're the definition of NFL purgatory. Too good to replace, not good enough to win with. Level 4, we have really good quarterbacks. Here, we'll begin to actually talk about respected QBs in the league. Some of them may even be your favorite. What separates them from normal starters is that these guys have the ability to get hot at the right time, make clutch throws in big moments, and actually lead their team to championship games. And because of this, they enjoy a great amount of respect from casual fans who can't really distinguish them from higher levels. Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl and got to 2 of them. Brock Purdy took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff has the Lions in the NFC Championship game. Phillip Rivers also made it to an AFC Championship game too. But here's the thing, and this is really crucial. They all need help potentially to carry the load. Jalen Hurts had the best O-line in the league, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Saquon Barkley, who rushed for 2,000 yards. Brock Purdy has Kyle Shanahan. Phillip Rivers had really, really great offenses. And so does Jared Goff, who was once with the LA Rams and Sean McVay and was now with Ben Johnson. So I guess we'll see how he does this year.
You know what? That tier, I agree with that. You know, all these quarterbacks need a great team. They can't really lead a team by themselves. So I just kind of see where you're going with that. I see his vision, man. I see it.
But that's really level 4. Really good quarterbacks who need the right situation to really maximize their potential, but you can definitely get to and also win Super Bowls with them. Level 5 is just greatness. Everyone from this level on can legitimately carry a franchise. Level 5 has elite arm talent, clutch genes, and can make throws that 90% of quarterbacks in the league just simply can't make, and they have the consistency to actually do it. This is probably the most varied group on here. You've got youngsters like Joe Burrow, who can dissect any defense and that has ice-cold mentalities in the biggest moments. Then you have Josh Allen, who just won his first MVP award, finally getting the recognition after the years of carrying Buffalo on his back. You got legends like Troy Aikman and Jim Kelly, guys who are absolutely special at their peaks. Aikman won 3 Super Bowls with Cowboys. Jim Kelly took the team to 4 straight Super Bowls in Buffalo. And the difference between level 5 and level 6 is that they're just not first ballot Hall of Famers on their own just yet. Troy Aikman obviously didn't make it in, but that was because...
You know what? You know, I totally disagree with him, man. Josh Allen's carrying. I'm not a Bills fan at all, man. I'm a Ravens fan. First off, man. Yeah. Spoiler alert, everybody. Spoiler alert. They play week 1 in Buffalo, but Josh Allen by himself, man, is carrying that Bills team. You know, he has to be level 6, bro. Come on, man. He ain't level 5. Joe Burrow, man, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. You know, I would say we don't know how Joe Burrow is without top receivers. Even going by the LSU, man, he had Jamar Chase then. You know, he had I think he played with Justin Jefferson too in LSU in college. But you know, so we don't know how he is without a top receiver that he ever played with. I would say that though. So he might be a guy I can put in this tier. Even as great as Joe Burrow is, you know, because that remains to be seen. But Josh Allen gotta be him and Lamar on that same tier, dog. Come on, man. Hey, and I'm not a Bills fan. I can't stand the Bills, but even I'm saying this, man.
He had Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, the best O-line, and they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. But it wasn't necessarily Troy Aikman doing, even though he was great. Josh Allen is on here because he's won an MVP now, but he hasn't made a Super Bowl. And we've seen MVPs who have made Super Bowls not make it to the Hall of Fame on their first ballot. So he's not there just yet. But level 5 is really great quarterbacks who are just missing that one piece of consistency or championship pedigree that would make them absolutely legendary. Level 6 is special. First ballot Hall of Famers. All right. And suddenly we get a lot less mainstream. I think we all know probably who's on this list. At this level, the quarterbacking just demands your attention. Take Lamar Jackson. He's literally having 2 Hall of Fame careers simultaneously. As a passer, he's got elite efficiency numbers. He literally just threw for 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's the only quarterback to rush for 1,000 yards in a single season twice. Level 6 quarterbacks have their ability to dominate in any era. You have guys like Aaron Rodgers, the most talented thrower of the football we've ever seen, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, all doing things. They're all going to be first ballot Hall of Famers if they're not already. But here's what's interesting about level 6. They're almost close to mastery. There's still something that's holding them back from that final level. Some of them didn't win enough championships.
You know what? I agree with this tier. And I guess going back to the Josh Allen take, him not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, I think he is because his number's still ridiculous. I think the interception year, a couple years ago, Josh Allen threw like 20 plus picks or something like that. That I can see that, but he did win an MVP award. I think once you win MVP, you gotta be first ballot. At least I think, but Cam wasn't. So, and he got the Super Bowl. So he kind of making a little point there, but yeah, level 6, man. These are Lamar Jackson, my favorite player. You know what I'm saying? So I see why he's on this list. 2 MVPs, he automatically out the gate, the best running quarterback. We thought we'd never say that when we saw Vic, but he's the best running quarterback ever. And his passing is just another level right now. So yeah, I agree with the list so far, man. I take it back, brother.
Chips, like Rodgers only has 1 and so does Breeze. Lamar only has 2 MVPs. He hasn't won 1 yet. Others just need more time, like Mahomes. He's already got 3 Super Bowls. He's got a couple MVPs, but he just needs a little bit more that's separating him from becoming a master. And whether it's more championships, more longevity, or just that undefiable it factor that makes him more transcendent, that's what leads us into level 7. Master quarterbacks are extremely rare and come by once in a generation. They operate on a completely different level. And I need you guys to understand, I think only 3 players have ever reached quarterback mastery. Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, and Tom Brady. Peyton Manning was a pre-snap master. Joe Montana with the clutch gene. Tom Brady.
I can't stand the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes, used to be a fan, bro, but I respect his game. He hasn't been that guy the last couple of seasons. Who knows, this season he might get back to that dominance in the regular season, but I think Mahomes should be level 7. He got, 3 Super Bowls? How many did Mahomes got? 3 now? 3 Super Bowls? I think 2 MVPs. He got 3 Super Bowls, man. He gotta be level 7, bro. He showed up in the clutch moments, Tom Brady-ish. during the postseason, our games you needed him most, man, I think he should be level 7. And this guy that can't stand Kansas City with a passion, but he has to be.
Brady had it all: the longevity, the championships, the clutch gene, and the pre-snap mastery. The ability to elevate everyone around him no matter what. 7 Super Bowls. He played until he was 45 years old at an elite level. Joe Montana was 4 for 4 in Super Bowls, and Peyton Manning got to 4 Super Bowls and winning 5 MVPs. They were just on a different level. Peyton Manning in 2013 was unconscious until he met the Legion of Boom. But up until then, he was an absolute master. They checked every single box: championships, individual awards, longevity, clutch performances, leadership, football IQ. If you want to understand what makes football so great and so popular, you start by watching these 3 play.
And without a doubt, you can say 3 of the best quarterbacks ever. Tom Brady, you see him on the screen right there. You know, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. And just still dominate to his 40s is very special, man. And that look like, that would be the end of the video, man. And oh man, just amazing, bro. Just the 7 levels of quarterback to the trashes of the trashes to GOAT status, man. And you just see different levels. Just anything you do, any position in life, any job position, there's levels of this. That's really what it is. I just think the only part about this video, I think Josh Allen should be level 6. I think Mahomes should be level 7. And I'm a Ravens fan saying this. He made some valid points that really make sense, that stuck home. Guys that have to fill in a quarterback spot till they draft a QB, usually 1 and 2. Guys that you like, he's good. We winning games. We making the playoffs. We getting revenue in the stadium. His jersey selling a little bit. They're mid tier, and of course the top tier are the greats of the league. So, man, can't wait for the football season right around the corner, man. I'm glad you guys and girls love this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want me to react to next. And if you want to follow me on Instagram for any artwork, Instagram CartoonTaj, link down below. You guys want to see my animations dance on TikTok? I joined the community. My TikTok's down below as well. You guys want to play me on Twitch? Play the new Madden 26 with me. Might get 2K soon. You can play that as well. I'll beat y'all there. Link down below as well. If you guys want to look fresh, head to the fall with nice fresh hoodies that I'm coming out with. My clothing merch down below as well. As always, have a great day. Peace.